So, if you're like most people, you probably use Excel all the time. You feel like you've got a pretty good handle on it, right? But what if I told you that some of its most powerful, most time-saving features are hiding in plain sight? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden tools that are absolutely going to change the way you use spreadsheets. So, you think you know Excel inside and out. That's awesome. But the program has been getting some serious upgrades. What if its most game-changing features are the ones you haven't even tried yet? It's time to go way beyond the basic formulas and unlock a whole new world of efficiency. All right, here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to look at 5 incredible features. First, a tool that cleans up messy data automatically. Then, you'll meet your own personal AI analyst. After that, we'll see how Python now lives inside Excel. Then, how to bring in a familiar AI assistant. And finally, a super easy navigator so you never, ever get lost in your data again. First up, let's talk about something that is a universal headache: messy data. We have all been there, spending hours, literally hours, fixing typos and weird formatting. Well, the solution is a built-in tool called Clean Data, and let me tell you, it is an absolute lifesaver. I mean, just think about the kind of chaos you get in real-world data. You know the deal. You've got the same movie genre, drama, but one is lowercase and another is in all caps. Maybe a title has a tiny typo, or they're just random extra spaces everywhere. Instead of that soul-crushing job of fixing them one by one, the Clean Data tool just scans your whole sheet and serves up a list of suggestions. All you have to do is click to approve. It's amazing. So here's the thing you gotta remember. This tool is fantastic for catching spelling mistakes, getting rid of those annoying extra spaces, and making all your capitalization look the same. But, and this is key, it still needs you in the driver's seat. For example, it might suggest merging butterfly and butterflies, but hey, those could be 2 totally different movies, right? So it gives you the suggestions, but you always get the final say. All right, so your data is sparkling clean. Now what? How do you turn all those thousands of rows into something that, actually means something? Well, that brings us to feature number 2. Say hello to Copilot, your brand new AI analyst that's baked right into Excel. You can forget about wrestling with those complex formulas. With Copilot, you just talk to it. You use simple, normal English. You can literally just ask it, hey, give me some ideas for how to analyze this data. And that's so powerful because instead of you having to rack your brain for what questions to ask, Copilot actually does the brainstorming for you. And just like that, Copilot comes back with this whole list of really smart analyses you could run. It'll suggest looking at which genres are most popular, or maybe trends over the years, the average running time for different kinds of movies. It's seriously like having a data scientist sitting right there on your shoulder, pointing out all the cool things you could learn from your data. And here's the best part. You ask Copilot for an analysis, and it doesn't just spit out a boring table of numbers. Nope. It can generate a clean, clear chart like this one. Instantly, you can see that drama is the biggest genre in this dataset, with action coming in second. I mean, that is data storytelling, and it's practically effortless. Okay, now for those of you who really need to dig deep into your analysis, this next feature is a true game changer. Get ready for this, because it's huge. We're talking about Python. Yes, that Python. One of the most powerful programming languages for data, living right inside your Excel sheets now. Now, before we jump in, let's just clear up one term you're going to see: data frame. And don't worry, the term sounds way more complicated than it is. A data frame is simply how Python sees your Excel table. Think of it as just the special, structured way Python organizes your data so we can understand all your rows and columns. And check out how easy this is to actually use. You just type equal py in a cell to start a formula, and you can run incredibly powerful Python commands. This command here, .describe function, is like a magic wand for statisticians. It instantly generates a full statistical summary of all your numbers. And boom, look at the payoff. With that one simple command, Python gives you this incredibly rich summary. You immediately get the count, the average, standard deviation, the minimum and maximum values for your key columns. This is the kind of heavy-duty analysis that used to mean exporting your data to some other complicated program. And now, it's right here. Okay, so Microsoft's built-in stuff is cool, for sure. But what if you're already a die-hard ChatGPT fan? Well, the good news is you can bring your favorite AI assistant right into your Excel workflow. And you'd think this would be complicated, but it's actually super easy to set up. You just pop over to the Developer tab, click on Add-ins, search the store for ChatGPT, and add the extension. In just a few clicks, you've got it right there in your Excel ribbon ready to go. Once it's installed, you get this amazing new formula, equals AI.ask.
And it works exactly how you'd think it would. You just ask a question in plain English, like, how many total movies are in this data? And then you just highlight the data range you want it to look at.
And bam, there's your answer. A direct, simple number. Seriously, no more counting rows or trying to remember complex formulas. You just ask. It's an incredibly fast way to get answers from your data without ever breaking your stride. All right, for our last feature, let's switch gears from heavy-duty analysis to solving one of those small, everyday things that drives us all crazy. We're talking about trying to navigate these huge spreadsheets with thousands of rows where it is just so easy to lose your place. We have all been there. You're scrolling way over to the right, and then you have to scroll all the way back to the left to see what row you're on. Your eyes start to cross. It's a total nightmare. The solution is this elegant little feature called Focus Cell, and it's basically a spotlight that follows you around your spreadsheet. And turning it on couldn't be easier. You just go to the View tab and click Focus Cell. Instantly, it highlights the entire row and the entire column of whatever cell you've selected. Suddenly, everything stays in context. You never lose your spot again, no matter how far you scroll. All right, so let's do a super quick recap of your new Excel Superpower Toolkit. We've got Clean Data to keep things tidy automatically, Copilot for instant AI analysis, Python for when you need to do some serious data scripting, the ChatGPT add-in for that familiar AI help, and Focus Cell to make navigating a breeze. Okay, one last thing, and this is important. To get your hands on some of the more advanced features we talked about, like Copilot and the Python integration, you are going to need a Microsoft 365 subscription. And that just about does it. Seeing how deeply AI is getting woven into the tools we use every single day, like Excel, it really makes you think. This isn't just about organizing data anymore. It's about automating the process of finding insights. So I'll leave you with this question. As these tools get smarter and smarter, what's the next tedious task in your own life that you're going to automate?